Welcome back to Ultra Rare US Coins, the channel that uncovers America's hidden treasures one coin at a time. What if I told you that something so small, something you might pass every day in pocket change, could hold the power to change your life forever? Today, we are not just talking about coins, we are talking about relics of history, carriers of secrets, and treasures that could put you on the path to unimaginable wealth. These are not just nickels, dimes, or quarters. These are ultra-rare Monticello 5-cent pieces that hide in plain sight, waiting to be discovered by a keen eye. And tonight we begin with one of the most stunning examples ever struck by the US. Mint, an unassuming piece from 1962, bearing a small letter D that marks its birthplace, but carrying a value that can only be described as breathtaking. Stay with me until the very end, because the story you're about to hear is not fiction. It's real, it's happening now, and it could put a fortune in your very own hands. Coin number 1. This coin is not just metal. It's history you can hold. The Monticello nickel has always been a tribute to one of America's founding fathers, Thomas Jefferson. First struck in 1938, this 5-cent coin became a staple of U.S. currency, easily recognized by the proud profile of Jefferson on one side and the Grand Monticello estate, his own Virginia home, engraved on the reverse. But in 1962, something remarkable happened. At the Denver Mint, millions of coins were struck, but only a select few emerged with qualities that would one day make collectors stop in their tracks. Among them is this Monticello 5-cent with the powerful D mint mark, a small letter carrying an enormous weight in the world of numismatics. Look closely at this coin. The surface tells its story. A mysterious brown layer coats its body, not hiding its beauty, but enhancing it, giving it a striking, one-of-a-kind character. This is not a flaw. This is a mark of uniqueness, a rare fingerprint left by time itself. And for collectors, uniqueness is where the true treasure begins. Every 1962 nickel was composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, struck with precision to withstand the test of circulation. But this particular one carries the whispers of its era, struck during a time of rising coin demand, a time when America's economy was booming and when small changes in minting became unnoticed by the public. But now, decades later, these differences make all the difference. The Denver Mint, responsible for producing billions of coins, never imagined that this 1962 issue would one day become a prized possession, a coin so desirable that collectors would fight for it in auction houses across the country. What makes this coin shine above others? It is not just its age. It's the combination of its features, the strong Denver D mint mark, the even, natural brown patina that covers its body like a shield, and its survival in fine condition after more than 60 years. This coin has journeyed through time, but kept its dignity, showing us a balance of wear and preservation that is simply captivating. This isn't the ordinary Monticello nickel you see tossed aside. This is a survivor, a storyteller, a masterpiece created by chance and by nature. Collectors crave such pieces because they are one of a kind. No two coins carry the same patterns, the same shades, or the same hidden scars of history. Now, here is where the excitement begins. Millions were made, but very few survived with these exact features and this exact condition. To a trained collector's eye, this is not just a nickel, it's a rare discovery that bridges the gap between common change and priceless treasure. And make no mistake, the demand is real. Auction houses across America have seen fierce battles over coins like this. Collectors know that when such a piece appears, hesitation is the enemy. The rarity combined with the condition means its value is not just steady, it is climbing, day by day, year by year. And now, the moment you have been waiting for. How much is this tiny piece of American history worth in today's market? Are you ready? The current market value of the Monticello 5-cent 1962 with the Denver mint mark, carrying its mysterious brown layer and preserved in fine condition, is standing at a jaw-dropping $113,000. Yes, you heard that right. $113,000 for a coin you could mistake for an everyday nickel. This is no exaggeration. This is today's truth. A coin like this could be the ticket to riches overnight. A coin like this is not pocket change, it is a treasure chest in your hand. And the best part? The market value for this coin is not just stable, it is climbing. Collectors are chasing, auctions are exploding, and every day its price inches closer to the sky. If you are lucky enough to hold one, you're not just a collector, you're a guardian of treasure, and the world is ready to pay you handsomely for it. For those of you hunting these rare Monticello nickels, remember this: condition is everything, but uniqueness is your real gold mine. Look for those natural layers of toning, the sharpness of the mint mark, and signs that set one coin apart from another. Every small detail could mean the difference between a coin worth face value and one worth a fortune. And trust me, fortunes are waiting. The Monticello 5-cent 1962 with the Denver mint mark is not just a coin, it is a piece of American heritage, a secret fortune, and a proof that treasure still hides in plain sight. For collectors, for dreamers, for those who believe in the power of history, this coin is a reminder that extraordinary wealth can lie in the simplest of places. Next coin, number 2. Now, treasure hunters, prepare yourselves for a story that will shake you. We leave behind the 1962 Denver Mint and step into the late 1970s, a time of change in America, a time of transition, and a time when a simple nickel struck without a mint mark would go on to become one of the most desired treasures in the world of coin collecting. At first glance, the Monticello nickel of 1978 may seem ordinary: Jefferson's proud portrait, the Monticello mansion on the reverse, the classic copper-nickel blend that defined decades of U.S. coinage. But hidden in this year, without the presence of a mint mark, lies a piece so rare, so extraordinary, that its value today borders on the unbelievable. This isn't just a coin, it's a whisper of history, a survivor of chance, and a masterpiece touched by time itself. The year 1978 was not a remarkable year for nickels, or so most thought. Coins were being struck by the millions. The mint was focused on producing enough circulation pieces to keep the economy flowing. Most people never looked twice at their change, never noticed the presence or absence of a small mint mark. But the collectors who study deeply, who look beyond the obvious, began to notice. In a sea of coins, a small number of Monticello nickels appeared without any mint mark at all. Where others carried the familiar D for Denver or S for San Francisco proofs, these coins stood blank, mysterious, and rare. The absence of a mint mark is not just a printing quirk, it's a gateway to rarity. And rarity is where fortune begins. Like its brothers, this coin was composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, made to last decades in circulation. But time has done something special to this piece. Look at it today, it carries a natural blend of green and brown spotting across its surface. Far from taking away its beauty, these shades tell us of its long journey through pockets, drawers, and safes. This patina is no accident. It is nature's way of crowning the coin, giving it a personality that makes it different from every other 1978 nickel ever struck. No chemical treatment, No human hand could reproduce this story. The green and brown shades are the mark of survival, a badge of authenticity. Now, what sets this coin apart and makes collectors lean forward with wide eyes? First, the missing mint mark. This is not something that can be replicated. It is a minting anomaly that only a handful of coins escaped with. Second, the balance of its preservation. It is in very fine condition, which is extraordinary considering its age and circulation. The details of Jefferson's face remain crisp, the Monticello mansion still proudly etched on the reverse, and the natural patina only enhances its mystique. Together, these features make this coin more than a collectible. It makes it a legend. In the vast ocean of USS, nickels, only a handful stand apart like this one. Collectors know the truth, rarity drives the market. And when rarity combines with beauty, history, and condition, the demand becomes unstoppable. Auction houses today have witnessed intense bidding wars over pieces like this. Collectors are not just buying a coin. They are buying exclusivity, buying history, and buying bragging rights to one of the rarest Monticello nickels in existence. And here's the reality. The demand for this coin is not slowing down. With every passing year, more collectors enter the game, chasing fewer and fewer available specimens. This is a storm where rarity meets hunger, and the price tag climbs higher every single day. So what is this treasure worth right now? Brace yourself. The Monticello 5-cent 1978 without mint mark, graced with its green and brown natural spots and preserved in very fine condition, commands a market value today of an astonishing $88,000. $88,000. Let that sink in. A coin once worth 5 cents now holds the power to change lives. This is not fiction. This is the truth of today's auction market. It is treasure in your pocket, a fortune in plain sight. And remember this, the value is not frozen. It is climbing. Every single day, collectors chase harder, and every single day, the price ticks upward. What is worth $88,000 today could be worth far more tomorrow. Owning this coin is like holding a gold mine that grows richer with time. For those searching for rare Monticello nickels, the lesson here is simple. Never overlook the details. The absence of a mint mark, the natural tones of aging, and the preservation of design, all these factors transform a common coin into a treasure chest. Train your eyes to see what others miss, because sometimes the greatest fortunes hide in the smallest details. The Monticello 5-cent 1978 without mint mark is more than a nickel. It's a silent treasure, a piece of history that escaped the mint with a secret, and a coin that proves fortune can come from the most unexpected places. For collectors, this is a dream. For treasure hunters, it is proof that destiny can be struck in copper and nickel. And for all of us, it is a reminder that the world of coins is alive, thriving, and bursting with riches. Next coin, number 3. And now, treasure hunters, our journey takes us into the late 1990s, an era not so far in the past, yet holding secrets that most people never imagined could exist. By 1997, the Monticello nickel had already become a familiar face in every American's pocket. Millions upon millions were struck, exchanged, and forgotten. But within that endless sea of ordinary nickels, one particular piece rose above the rest, a coin that today stands as a breathtaking symbol of rarity and fortune. This is the Monticello 5-cent 1997, bearing the proud P-mint mark of Philadelphia, carrying mysterious red and black spots upon its surface, and preserved in fine condition. At first glance, it seems like just another nickel from the late 20th century. But when you look closer, when you feel the weight of history and rarity pressing against it, you realize it is far more than just change. It is a treasure, The year 1997 was a time of economic growth, booming technology, and a nation looking toward the new millennium. The U.S. Mint in Philadelphia was working tirelessly, producing billions of coins for circulation. The Monticello nickel continued its long legacy, honoring Thomas Jefferson and his historic Virginia estate. But here is the fascinating twist. Among the flood of 1997 nickels, some coins emerged with unique characteristics that no ordinary collector could ignore. The P mint mark stood boldly on the coin's obverse, but what truly set this piece apart were the unexpected marks upon its body, tiny red and black dots that no machine at the mint could have predicted. For most people, these would seem like imperfections. But for collectors, these dots are beauty. They are history's brushstrokes, an irreplaceable fingerprint of time. And that is what makes this coin so valuable. Struck with the standard composition of 75% copper and 25% nickel, the Monticello nickel was built for strength and longevity. But what time did to this particular coin is something money can't buy. The red and black specks across its surface don't weaken it. They give it character. They give it individuality. No other 1997 nickel looks exactly like this one. Each dot, each mark, is a signature of authenticity, a signal that this coin is not ordinary but extraordinary. To collectors, beauty is not about perfection, it's about uniqueness. And this coin embodies that truth completely. What makes this 1997 Monticello nickel a standout treasure? First, the bold P mint mark. Philadelphia's mint mark is always a point of interest for collectors, but in this case, it confirms the rarity tied to this specific year and style. Second, the coin's visual identity. Those red and black dots, set against the nickel's metallic background, transform it into a masterpiece. It doesn't just tell history, it shows it. Every mark is a reminder that this coin has lived, traveled, and survived the odds. Third, the condition. Even after decades, this coin holds fine condition, keeping Jefferson's profile and Monticello's details intact. That combination rarity, uniqueness, and survival creates unstoppable demand. Think about it. Billions of coins struck. But how many carry this exact story? How many show this natural aging pattern paired with the Philadelphia mint mark and preserved in fine condition? The answer is very few. And that is what makes collectors chase this coin with passion. Auction houses see it. Private sales see it. Whenever a Monticello nickel like this enters the spotlight, collectors sharpen their bids, knowing they are competing for more than a coin. They are competing for a piece of treasure, for bragging rights, for a slice of rarity that most will never touch. Demand for coins like this is only growing. With every year, the competition gets hotter and the prices climb higher. What is rare today will be even rarer tomorrow. Now let us pull back the curtain on this coin's true power. The Monticello 5-cent 1997 with the P mint mark, glowing with its mysterious red and black dots, and standing proudly in fine condition, carries a market value today of $66,000. $66,000 for a coin most people would dismiss as just a nickel. Let that sink in. This is not fiction, this is not an exaggeration. It is the reality of today's auction market. And the climb has only just begun. This coin is more than a collectible. It's a treasure chest, a fortune compressed into copper and nickel. To own one is to hold the kind of wealth that only increases with time. Today, it's worth $66,000. Tomorrow, who knows? The sky is the limit. For collectors hunting modern rarities, here is the key. Never underestimate later-date coins. Many dismiss the 1990s as too recent to hold treasure, but that's where they're wrong. Look for mint marks, for natural toning, for unusual patterns like these red and black dots. These small details are where fortune hides. The coin in your hand might not just be change, it might be the very thing that makes you rich overnight. The Monticello 5-cent, 1997, with P mint mark, is proof that modern coins can carry ancient-level treasures. It is not just metal, it is memory, rarity, and wealth combined into one. Collectors crave it, markets chase it, and values soar higher with every passing day. If you ever come across one, hold it tight, for you may be holding one of the greatest modern treasures in American coinage. Coin number 4. And now, treasure seekers, let us step into the modern age. Some might say, how could a coin so recent, struck just a few years ago, hold the power of a great treasure? But here's the truth. Rarity is not bound by age. Rarity is born from uniqueness, from conditions that escape the ordinary, and from the quiet miracles that slip past the mint unnoticed. And the Monticello 5-cent, 2019, with the proud D mint mark, is living proof of that truth. With its breathtaking silver shade, its preservation in very fine condition, and its unique character, this coin has already risen far beyond its humble face value. This is not just a coin, it is a dazzling secret from the Denver Mint, waiting to be claimed as a modern-day treasure. The year 2019 marked another chapter in the long life of the Jefferson nickel. For decades, collectors had seen this design circulate, change slightly in detail, but always remain a pillar of American coinage. The Denver Mint struck millions upon millions of nickels that year, feeding the economy with change that most people tossed in jars or left forgotten in cars. But within that endless stream, a few coins slipped through that were anything but ordinary. They carried a silver-like shade across their body, giving them a brilliance unmatched by their peers. Most people overlooked it. Most never even glanced twice. But collectors, the true treasure hunters, knew instantly that these were no ordinary 2019 nickels. Like all nickels of its era, the 2019 Monticello 5-cent was struck with 75% copper and 25% nickel. But something about this particular strike makes it stand out. The silver shade that runs across its surface almost gives it the aura of a precious metal coin. It is not plated, it is not altered. This appearance is the natural result of minting variations and time itself. And let me tell you, beauty matters. For collectors, this silver brilliance is not just pleasing to the eye, it is a mark of rarity, a sign that this coin has a story unlike the rest. The defining features of this coin are clear. The Denver D mint mark shines proudly, anchoring the coin's identity. The silver shade sets it apart, a beacon that draws collectors' eyes instantly. And the condition, very fine after just a few years, shows that this coin was never abused, never left to vanish in circulation. Every one of these qualities builds demand, but together they make this coin unstoppable in the collector's market. Now, here's where things get thrilling. A 2019 coin may not sound ancient, but scarcity is not about age, it's about survival. Out of the millions struck, very few carry this silver-toned brilliance. Very few remain in this condition, and very few ever make it into the hands of true collectors. When such a coin appears at auction, collectors go wild. They know they are not just buying a coin, they are buying exclusivity. They are buying the right to own something nearly impossible to find. And with modern coins like this, the competition is fierce, because every collector knows the value will only rise as time marches on. So what is the true worth of this modern rarity? Are you ready? The Monticello 5-cent, 2019, with the Denver mint mark, glowing with its silver shade and standing in very fine condition, carries a market value today of a staggering $55,000. $55,000 for a coin less than a decade old. That is the power of rarity. That is the magic of uniqueness. And that is why this coin is no ordinary nickel. It is a treasure. And let me be clear, this is not a value that will fade. This is a value that will grow. The market has already shown its hunger, and as more collectors wake up to the beauty of this coin, the price will only continue to climb. If you hold one, you are holding wealth, plain and simple, a treasure that could grow into a fortune tomorrow. Here's the lesson for today's treasure hunters. Never ignore modern coins. The assumption that only old coins hold value is a dangerous mistake. Look closely at recent strikes, check for unusual shades, natural variations, and mint marks that stand out. Even coins from the last decade can transform into treasures worth tens of thousands of dollars. The Monticello 5-cent 2019 with the Denver mint mark is a testament to the truth that fortune hides everywhere, even in the newest coins. Its silver shade makes it shine like no other. Its rarity drives collectors into bidding wars, and its value already places it among America's greatest modern treasures. So never stop searching, never stop believing, because treasures like this prove that the hunt is alive and thriving, and that extraordinary wealth can come from the simplest of places. And here at Ultra, we're US Coins, we remain faithful, trustful, and dedicated to bringing you fresh updates every single day. Stay with us, because the next coin we reveal may be the very one that changes everything for you. Next coin number 5. And now, treasure hunters, we arrive at the most modern discovery in today's lineup. Some may think 2022, that's far too new to be worth anything. But listen closely, rarity does not bow to time. Treasure does not wait for centuries. Sometimes, fortune reveals itself in the very coins of today. And this Monticello 5-cent 2022 with the Philadelphia P mint mark is living proof of that. With its silver shade glimmering like a jewel, its preservation in very fine condition, and its story still fresh in the timeline of history, this coin stands tall as a modern legend, an ultra-rarest treasure already making waves in the collector's world. The year 2022 was a pivotal one for coinage in the United States. Production was high, circulation was massive, and the mint was focused on meeting the nation's demand for small change. Millions of Monticello nickels were struck, bearing Jefferson's portrait on the front and the iconic Monticello mansion on the reverse. But hidden among the flood of ordinary coins was something extraordinary. A handful emerged with a silver-toned brilliance, a shimmer across their surface that made them stand out like polished treasure in a sea of dull metal. While most people never noticed, collectors knew they had stumbled upon something special. Like all Jefferson nickels, the 2022 issue was struck from 75% copper and 25% nickel. But the result on this piece is unlike the rest. The silver shade that coats it is stunning, giving it the appearance of a coin far more valuable than its face value. The look is crisp, reflective, and undeniably eye-catching. And when you hold it in your hand, the difference is immediate. It is not just a nickel, it feels like treasure. So what makes this coin so irresistible to collectors? First, the powerful P mint mark. Philadelphia coins always carry significance, but in this case, it sets the stage for one of the rarest modern variations. Second, the silver shade. It gives the coin a beauty that can't be faked, a look that makes it seem more like a silver strike than an everyday nickel. Third, its preservation. In very fine condition, so soon after minting, this coin avoided the heavy circulation most 2022 nickels endured. That survival means collectors can see Jefferson's features and Monticello's details with clarity, a detail that makes all the difference in value. Now, let's talk about what truly matters: rarity and demand. Out of the millions struck, only a select few carry this silver-toned brilliance and remain in such fine condition. Those who know coins, those who watch auctions, already understand the truth. This 2022 Monticello nickel is not common. It is a prize. Collectors everywhere are chasing these modern rarities, and demand has been building at lightning speed. Every appearance of one in auction sparks bidding wars. Every private sale sets new records. And the reason is simple. Modern treasures like this are rare, and once they vanish into private collections, they may never come back to market again. So what is this shining modern nickel worth today? Let me reveal the truth. The Monticello 5-cent 2022 with the Philadelphia P Mint mark, glowing with its silver shade and standing in very fine condition, has reached a current market value of $45,000. Yes, $45,000 for a coin barely 3 years old. Think about that. A piece of modern currency, still fresh from the mint, has already risen to the level of treasure. And here's the secret: it's not done. That value is climbing, and it will keep climbing, because rarity never loses its power. To hold this coin is to hold a treasure chest of wealth, and as time moves forward, its value will only soar higher. Here's what you must take from this: never dismiss new coins. Always check your change, your pocket, your wallet. Treasure does not only live in coins from the past, it breathes in the present. Look for silver shades, mint marks, unusual luster, and preservation. The modern treasures you find today could be worth fortunes tomorrow. The Monticello 5-cent 2022 with the Philadelphia Mint mark proves beyond doubt that treasure is timeless. Whether struck in 1962 or in 2022, a coin can hold wealth, history, and power beyond imagination. This nickel, with its silver brilliance, rarity, and demand, is more than currency. It is a modern-day fortune, a treasure born in our own time, and a promise that the hunt for rare coins will never end. And remember, here on Ultra Rare US Coins, we are faithful, trustful, and dedicated to bringing you the latest treasures every single day. Stay with us, because the treasures we uncover may one day lead you to your own life-changing discovery.